Hello everyone, I am the Conage, and I've got another Starcraft 2 commentary for you today. It's going to be another ladder game. This is a Platinum League game between two Zerg players, Renegade in the red over here, and Kerish right here in the blue. So yes, this is a Zerg versus Zerg. A very epic matchup, hopefully. We got two very Zergy opponents. I don't really know much else about any of these players, but that hopefully they'll be better than, the last game I just casted, since that was kind of sad. But any case, moving on, we've got some overlords coming out. Looks like the overlord for Renegade is like a second ahead. Not too much deviation going on for the builds there. Got some scouting overlords. We'll find out that they're in close air positions on Metalopolis. And we'll see how the game goes on for there. Based on how this game is going so far, I would imagine that they're opening up with quick hatcheries, or maybe 14 spawning pool. It's hard to tell at this point. I'm not an expert on Zerg versus Zerg, but usually, from my understanding, is you want to get your spawning pool up earlier, since every Zergling can really make a difference. So we got Renegade coming down, spawning pool first, and then we have Kerish coming down with Extractor first, probably going for a speedling opening, which can be very useful, very helpful in this matchup. And we got Renegade taking the gas as well. So slight deviations, just which building comes first. They're pretty much at the same supply right now, so it's a pretty even matchup going on. We've got nothing else too different here. We got some overlords moving across the map. Both of them scout each other out just fine and dandy, and they shouldn't have to move their overlords for a while until the queens start coming out. We'll see how much attention they're paying to all their units at that point. So we got the gases finished for both players. You can see that Kerish is slightly ahead in the gas mining, since he did come out with the extractor first. And now we have the spawning pool finished for Renegade, so we'll get him the queen out faster, which can be also very useful. So pretty much how you open this is, well, it's up to you, really. In one case, the spawning pool lets you get the queen out faster, which is very helpful because of larva injects, and queens are always useful for defense. On the other hand, getting speedlings out faster is always helpful as well, since having the speed advantage is vital in this matchup. So we got Renegade coming with 2 drones on the gas, which can be useful if it's a timed out build. You only want a certain amount of gas, especially if you're focusing on Zergling Baneling at the beginning of the game, which it looks like both of our players are doing. So this is like, I don't know, almost like a mirror matchup. And since there's no Zerglings moving out yet, I would imagine that speed, well, actually, so Kerish decided to go with a speedling opening without researching speed. So I would consider this to be a little bit of a mistake, because now he's slightly behind and getting no advantage on Renegade whatsoever. And Renegade coming down with a macro hatch. Interesting play, and 5 banelings. I don't see what Kerish got. He doesn't even have the banelings nest up, so it looks like Renegade might be slightly ahead in the army count. We'll see if Kerish can micro his units well enough to account for these banelings, but it's going to be difficult. Looks like neither play guard for speed, actually. Interesting play. I'm not too knowledgeable about the ZVZ matchup, but from my understanding, usually I feel like speed is pretty important, since slowlings just, well, you can do a lot more speedlings than you can with slowlings, I guess. Better map control, easier to get surrounds. I don't know. But looks like Kerish is moving across the map with a slowling push. Looks like he's got about, oh, I still just statue there. 18 lings coming across, but these banelings should be able to make quick work of them if Kerish isn't paying attention. We'll see how this one comes out. Oh, the banelings are coming in, and oh, it blows them up. Oh, these Zerglings, oh, they're too slow. See, that's another thing. Zergling speed makes it harder to micro them around these banelings. It looks like Kerish is morphing some banelings of his own. I don't think I don't think Renegade can see this, actually. No, he cannot. He's just out of the range of the Overlord. And Kerish, ooh, this could be deadly. And finally coming out with the metabolic boost, and Renegade decides to come down with a Roach Ward, which can be very strong against Zerglings, because, well, they're not very good. Hopefully Renegade's paying attention. He doesn't just let his banelings run in. Oh, he's moving his banelings. Oh, doesn't lose a single baneling. I guess that's what we expect, since banelings only, well, they do 35 damage against light. Someone manages to avoid a direct hit on either of these banelings and he has him survive. Got another Baneling waltzing in. See if Renegade can notice this. And he moves one of his he put both his Banelings afterwards. Oh, he's trying to get him to... Well, as you can see, one Baneling does not kill a worker in one hit, so... I'm not sure if that was maybe a waste. And they definitely won't kill roaches in one hit. Ooh, that was a little waste of a Baneling there. We'll see what Kerish comes out with next. Looks like both players are just content to sit on one base. We have... I actually don't know what was just canceled there. Oh, Roach Warren maybe? I'm not really sure what Kerish is going for. See if we got any more action going on here. We know we just got some staying around. Got Metabolic Boost finally coming through. And Renegade decided to go with the Roach play, which is pretty good, I would say, in this situation when it's predominantly Zerglings and Banelings. Roaches can soak up a lot of damage, and they can kill Zerglings pretty fast. Especially if you use some Focus Fire, you can focus down the Banelings. Very useful abilities, and it looks like Kerish might become some roaches himself, but you can see how far behind Kerish is in the supply count. He's actually not even spending his resources properly. You can see at this point how the macro hatch is helping Renegade out a lot, because Kerish is only operating on one hatchery and therefore can't really match the production rate of Renegades. You can see how much money that Kerish has pulled up as opposed to how much Renegades pulled up. Now both of them are hitting kind of a supply block right now, so we both got Overlords coming through, though Kerish is going to see this little force out in the middle. He'll probably try to move in with these forces over here while he's gone, but he's got some defensive Banelings, well positioned to deal with any sort of counter aggression that's going to come from this. And Kerish is going to try to move with some Banelings in. Oh, but the roaches, they're going to spot this. Ooh, he loses 2 Banelings to 1 Baneling. That's not the best play. I feel like Renegade spot... Oh, but he probably wasn't looking because he's got focus on his attack right here. And it looks like Kerish is in trouble. See, he's very far behind the roach count. And he's trying to take an expansion at the same time. And now we got Banelings moving in over here. Let's see if Renegade can move his drones out of the way. He's got the Queen coming in trying to take out the Banelings, but at the same time, there's an epic battle going on here. It looks like Renegade's going to take the advantage. He looks like he forced to cancel, or he actually killed the expansion. Very nice, and his roach count is just too much for Kerish to handle. At the same time, he's running all his workers away from these Banelings, which are really coming in close. And wow, the multitasking of Renegade is actually pretty nice right now, I would say. I'm rather impressed. And he's easily going to take out all of Kerish's units. Looks like Renegade's in a good position to win. The only thing he needs to worry about, I guess, is moving his drones around. And he's doing a very good job since there's no Baneling speed, since they're both, I believe, on hatchery tech. Yes, they are. And it looks like Renegade's going to pull this one out, expecting to see a GG very soon. We got 1 roach coming through for Cherish. And, ooh, finally moving the drones back. He didn't lose a single one, and he's got roaches now to deal with these Banelings. Excellent, excellent play. That's how you handle that kind of a situation. And there we go. Kerish leaves the game. Alright, guys. I hope you enjoyed that one. That was some pretty nice ZVZ right there. Some standard, Ling, Baneling, Roach play in the early game on one base. Very nice. And you can see how the macro hatch for Renegade ultimately helped him produce far more units and win him the game. Alright, guys. That's going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed the cast, and I will talk to you guys later.